Well, it's safe to say that you can take the title of this film literally because, yeah, it's pretty easy to hate these people. The Hateful Eight. Quentin Tarantino's 8th film shot in glorious 70mm, blah, blah, blah. I didn't see it in 70mm, just to let you know, as a preface, so I didn't see it with an intermission. Might have affected my viewing a little bit, but I'll get into all of that later in the review. So basically, The Hateful Eight is about Kurt Russell's character, who's a bounty hunter. He's taking Jennifer Jason Leigh's character to a town called Red Rock so she can hang, because she's a criminal, and that's what they do. But there's a big snowstorm blizzard on the way. They pick up a couple stragglers in the forms of Samuel Jackson and Walter Goggins. So they end up at this haberdashery inhabited by Michael Madsen, Bruce Dern, Tim Roth, and another actor who I don't know his name, but he was great. So the film is pretty much about how these characters kind of interact, and without giving too much away, you know, kind of tensions arise, things are revealed, and it's a Tarantino movie, so things get kind of bloody. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Tarantino fan. I recognize that he's a very good writer-director, maybe not the best actor. I'm a sucker for bounty hunter storylines, so I kind of assumed that I was going to enjoy this movie, and for the most part I did, and I think that's mainly because, well, the writing's pretty good, the characters are interesting enough, but the acting is so great. It probably is one of the best ensembles, if not the best ensemble cast of 2015. All the actors just work really well together and then also have great standalone monologues and scenes. It's really hard to pick a favorite because they're all at the top of their game. But Walter Goggins, he's probably my favorite. Again, it's hard to pick one, but he's probably up there because, woo, he's pretty darn good. Just the energy he gives, and I've seen him in a couple other movies, and he always has that energy, but he's really able to showcase it in this movie and use it really well, and it works with his character and just all these great things. And while there are many things about the movie that I like a lot, there are things that I didn't really like about the movie. Without getting into spoiler territory, there's just one specific scene. It's basically the scene that changes the tone of the movie, and if you saw the 70mm version, I believe it happens right before the intermission. I think the only reason it's there is to kind of be edgy and whatever, but I think it took away from the movie, and the reason why I mention it is because I would probably give the movie a higher rating if the scene was not in it. Or at least if the scene was done in a different way, specifically in how much they showed, or just if it was kind of written in a different way, or it just didn't, you know, if it just wasn't there, that'd be cool too. Another aspect of the movie that I was a little iffy on was that there's voiceover at some point in the movie by Quentin Tarantino, because he just had to insert himself somewhere and he couldn't come up with an actual character, so he just, you know, does his own voiceover for a bit. I just thought it was super unnecessary, and I heard that it flows more with in the version with the intermission, but I just thought it was stupid and it didn't need to be there. Besides those kind of big complaints, I pretty much enjoyed the movie as a whole. Again, I like bounty hunter storylines, so I am okay with the fact that pretty much every character in this movie sucks. Like, they're, in terms of, you know, morality, they're not good people. I'm okay with that. I'm intrigued by those types of characters, especially, like, they're all kind of pretty different, and it's interesting to see how they all interact with each other. And again, Quentin Tarantino does a good job in that respect in terms of the dynamics and all that jazz. So to sum it up, I pretty much like The Hateful Eight as a whole. There was a lot that I did like about it, and the big ones is the acting and the interactions between all of the actors and the characters. And then the music. The music is another big plus for this movie. But then there are some things about it, like that one scene and the voiceover and some other little things that kind of take it down a peg or two for me. So for all those reasons, I'm going to give The Hateful Eight a meh and a half. But did you guys see it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay guys, that's it for me. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!